Hi, I'm Barry Zworstein, and I'm the author of my new book, Which Way Is Your Claymore Facing? Today I thought I'd actually like to deal with a couple of things I raised in Chapter 2. And Chapter 2 in my book talks about the WARRIOR Acronym. The WARRIOR Acronym is a couple of questions to create a level of self-reflection. The first question is W, which is, what is your will to change? I think what's quite important as you begin this journey to deal with the adjustments to civilian life, or any of the things which you are struggling to manage or come to terms with, is really, what is your will? It's like, as I've often used the analogy in my book, running an ultramarathon race. There's a point at which you either sit down on the side of the road, or there's a firm commitment that no matter what, you're going to cross the finishing line. My experience with veterans is that generally their determination is pretty good if they see there's meaning, and really the meaning is your capacity to take and enjoy a life worth living. So what is your will to change? The A I define as, what is your ability to adjust and adapt? Now, there are tools in operational life or military life that can be used to help you progress forward into civilian territory. But there is a need to adjust and adapt. Sort of operating amongst civilians is very different to operating amongst your military brotherhood. And there's very little hierarchy. It's kind of quite random in terms of who can say and do what to whoever. And there are a lot of challenges, understandably, around that. But if your desire to adapt and adjust is strong, you can make those changes and discover that your warrior can in fact walk hand in hand with your civilian. The R is, what is your respect for yourself and others like? So yeah, you might have been through a tough time. You may have a problem with alcohol. You may have struggled with depression. You may be struggling to hold a job. You may be living off benefits. But at the end of the day, who you are still has worth. The warrior that you were once still remains. It just, at the moment, tends to be overshadowed by the challenges you're facing, but they don't define who you are. So respect yourself, give yourself space, give yourself time, and don't judge yourself. And the second R is, what is your responsibility to yourself like? Look, it's important to understand that you and you alone are responsible for how you progress forward on this journey. Others can certainly help you and support you and guide you, but it's your responsibility to really initiate change, practice change, and give it a go. For example, I will give the guys tools. And please understand, when I say guys, it's male and female. It sounds a lot better than saying giving the girls tools. Anyway, I'll give the guys tools, but they have to go home and they have to practice those tools. I can't do that. As I often say, I can't follow them home. It's seriously weird. So again, look at your responsibility to yourself and others. What's your integrity like? And your integrity is, are you willing to really hold the possibility that you are worthwhile, that you have integrity, and that you have the choice, as hard as it may be at times, that it is worth moving forward, creating change, and giving yourself a life that you deserve. The O is, how observant rather than reactive are you? Now, a lot of the guys I see come and see me because they are struggling with anger management. They tend to become quite reactive. They find it disrupts their relationship with their kids and their wives. Well, let's start off by saying you're not going to make change overnight. So are you prepared, first of all, to step back behind yourself and just observe, acknowledge that, yeah, I do have a problem managing my anger, that I can be reactive, and that my reactivity can be quite destructive to those around me. Now, I'm not asking you to go into guilt. I'm just asking you to observe, assess your territory. It's almost like a situational awareness. Once you understand your territory and you acknowledge it, then you can look at the tools as to how you navigate through that territory. And the final one, R, is how willing are you to repair negative relationships with others and yourself? In your recovery or in your adjustments from military to civilian life, stuff happens, ADs happen. You may find yourself in ambush zone and you get a bit of collateral damage around that. but you can always repair. Part of repairing is an open acknowledgement that, yep, you're not okay with where things are at, that you are willing to get some help and work on it. What I will talk about in my next clip is the letter that is in my book, and this is a fabulous letter for you to use in this process of repairing and acknowledging, but a little bit more about that later. Alright, if you are interested, just click on the book icon. It'll take you to Amazon, and you can purchase either the Kindle or the book, and or the Kindle and the book together. So until we catch up next time, I wish you all well, have a good day, and always good to chat to you. Cheers, bye.